Luggage is all packed up. How am I the first one out to the bikes? It's like 8. Must have slept from 9 to 7. I'm definitely not awake yet. Morning.
So just for a little bit of reference, obviously Maun yesterday where we started, and we basically just followed the red little triangle or L around to Nonkeneng, and this was the doom road of horror that turned out to be really, really nice. And then we ended up here in Tsumkwe, so this is where we are now. And as you can see, it's a pretty straight thing with very few turns in it, all the way to the tar road. So that's our destination today. We're going to come up here all the way to the tar road. That is 200 k's of gravel right here first thing this morning. And then we're going to go into Grootfontein. This is a fairly decent tar road back in, this is actually the main road up to the Caprivi strip for Namibia. And one of the two main highways. So the B1 is the main highway sort of to Angola, and this is the one that runs to eventually Botswana. Tar road into Grootfontein. We'll just get fuel there, maybe lunch depending on our timing, or we might have lunch just outside of Otavi, and our accommodation is, I think, 2 or 3 k's outside of this little town, Otavi. So we're sleeping right outside of this town. So that's our distance, and we're on let's call it 350-ish today. So it's about 200, and then this little piece from the tar road all the way to accommodation is around 100 and a bit k's. Alrighty.
Okay.
And the winery is just before then?
The winery is literally just here, before Otavi.
I mean,
and the accommodation
it was
is
meant
right
to
there.
be, wasn't it? When does the what start?
The sweepstake.
Sweepstakes?
Yeah, I thought we had a bet whistle. I said that Luke wouldn't pass us for the first how many minutes?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I think that's out of the, well, is it out of the gate or out of town?
Your call.
Let's make it out of town.
Less than 5 minutes.
You were guessing 6 from the gate.
Yeah.
But yeah. Yeah, now that I see him on that thing, maybe 4. Well, that's quite a lodge for you. Nice place. I must have been a bit tired after yesterday. I slept for 10 hours straight and only woke up then because of the alarm. Thank you. See ya. We were joking back there about Luke on the 690. We've got Paula's bike right now with the broken rim, so she's riding his today, and he's going to hop on Hank's spare 690 for a couple of days. We've got a bit of a spread going then on how long folks thinks he's going to be able to resist the temptation to start doing loops around us on that bike. This should be another really cool day of riding. I suspect we're going to start to see some transitions in both the ecology and geography as we start to head out into Namibia. It's an incredibly varied country, so I doubt there's going to be many days from here on out that we don't see some really significant differences in the terrain over the course of a day. There's a gas station we stopped at yesterday. Alright, I think this is pretty much us, at least for the morning. Got about 200 kilometers of riding to do, and from the map, it didn't look like there was so much as a jog in this road. This is still super remote country out here. We may pass a couple of villages with a few homes each, but that's about it over the course of the next few hours. Not sure what they're conferring about. It's not like we missed a turn or anything.
Yeah, it says my tire pressures are crazy, but
It's looking okay.
yeah, it looks okay.
That's awesome. I believe I'm not the only one whose feet and legs are starting to get a little tired at this point.
Oh,
Something wrong with this.
Injector's messing around.
Huh?
Sounds like it.
Yeah, it's like it's running out of petrol.
Yeah.
I had to stop and put on
It's
my
just got.
sunglasses and all
I
that.
thought I was like, it feels like I'm going on
Well, I was
reserve,
getting sand
Yeah, but
blindness.
not.
but there is no reserve. Oh.
Mine started
Once
watering.
that sun
It's
gets
just getting worse. Oh, you could probably hit. It's just got
Yeah,
worse
no, I
and
heard
worse
it.
just then. I didn't even know if I was going to make it here.
There's a filter in the fuel line here that Hank's hoping might be the problem, but seems like we're getting further away rather than closer.
No,
Oh, you got the line back now.
yeah, and I just wanted to run the.
That's not encouraging. Well, my guess is that that bike's going on the trailer, and either Luke or Paul is going to be in the Hilux with Eddie for the rest of the day. Not an enviable position. I didn't mean that quite the way it came out. I'd love to hang out with Eddie for the rest of the day. It would just suck not to be able to ride, given that you've come all this way. Anyway, since I'm about 5K an hour slower on this stuff than Bazile, Kevin, and Jeff, I'm going to go ahead and get started. And no, the white balance on your monitor is not actually on the fridge. That's actually the color of the earth that's changing through here. You can see these big striations of red, white, and yellow in the satellite imagery of this area. What in the world do we have going on here? Random roadblocks in the middle of nowhere in Africa are rarely a good sign. Especially when they're taking down your bike details and you don't happen to have a license plate.
Good morning.
good morning. How are you?
I'm good.
What are you having there?
What's that?
What are you having there in that cupboard?
I don't actually have anything in there.
Nothing, it's empty.
Yeah. Yeah. I haven't been able to figure out how to unlock it.
You are also from US.
Yeah, yes. I'm from the US.
When we go in, they will go out.
Open.
Which
What's that?
they want to go outside.
I don't know how to open it. There's nothing in there.
This is the top box they're interested in. They've got a totally reasonable request. They just want to know if I've got anything illicit in there. For the record, I'm shooting them totally straight. I'm literally just not clever enough to figure out how to open the latches on the box and haven't had a chance to ask Henk yet, so there's nothing in there.
You must tell those people here at the border we can't allow anything like this to go without opening it. They must fix their things. Just need gloves. Maybe you're having pangolin here. That's why.
I see what you're. Yeah, you're looking for vegetables and stuff.
Lot of things. Pangolin. Maybe
I
it's
see.
there, then you take it
Yeah.
out. But it's okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
You will get other roadblocks somewhere there before you reach town.
Another one.
Yeah, they will open that thing. They will force you to open that thing. But it's okay.
There's a bunch of other folks coming, so
Other for their.
yeah, they may know how to open it. Yeah.
Now what is that?
What's that?
This. What is this?
Earplugs to keep it. It's really loud, so you put earplugs in just so it doesn't hurt your ears.
Oh, you guys. How many do you have these?
How many what?
These gloves.
Just in case you fall.
How many gloves do you have?
Oh, just the one pair.
One pair.
Yeah.
And your boss, you don't have spare ones.
I don't. Probably should have brought some, but
I want to ask him this. I need this. Maybe he will have.
maybe.
Tell him now in your phone. You must tell him that one guy here he needs gloves. You speed the meter. Okay,
We'll see you guys.
Have a nice journey.
You too.
Yeah.
First, glad they let me go without being able to open the top box. For once, there was no major penalty for being an idiot, though I'm sure it'll catch up to me sometime. And it's awesome, actually, that they're working to disrupt the trade in endangered species. That's fantastic. Second, it's always interesting to see the difference in perspective that two random strangers, one from Colorado and the other from northeastern Namibia, have on things, as they would be expected to. He doesn't appear to be a fan of hearing protection. Who knew? He does appear to be a fan of motorcycle gloves. Seemed quite keen on mine. And he also seems to think that any bunch of idiots riding motorcycles through the dust and heat of the Kalahari must be getting paid. And naturally, by extension, Henk must be our boss. I'd work for Henk. I'd definitely work for Henk. Though he probably actually prefers competent riders and people who aren't idiots. Damn. Case in point, Henk went ahead to see about tracking down lunch, and now none of us can find him. I'm not sure Bazile's got any better idea than Jeff or I do, but sometimes there's actually something to be said for having a little extra confidence. Or optimism, however you want to cast it. It will turn out that Bazile just happened to glance right here and catch a glimpse of Henk crossing through an intersection like half a mile up. Maybe there is something to be said for fronting a little optimism. So this is the little town of Grootfontein. One of the main touristy points of interest in the area is the Hopa meteorite. It's about 20 kilometers out of town, though I don't think we're actually going to go see it. You can check it out on Kingazana Bike Channel, though. At the moment, I'm actually more interested in getting lunch after doing 200 kilometers of sand this morning. If we can ever figure out where we're at and where we're going. All right, this looks promising.
big enough for one outside.
So we can watch the cycle.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, this place looks pretty cute. I could deal with a cold drink in the shade of a big tree.
The youngest one here is back.
I know.
Yeah, bad back.
Turns out this restaurant is an old Mason's lodge, and it's not a little creepy. That was good. Cute little place, nice relaxing lunch. Group of friendly locals were the only other folks there, helped us get a couple of tables set up. At this point, we've only got 100 kilometers or so between here and the lodge for the night, and a few hours to do it in. The only potential challenge I foresee is that there just so happens to be a winery between here and there, and that could end up being a bit of a distraction. Of the best kind. My God, I love Africa. Look at this place. Yet again, other than the fact that this is the turnoff for the winery, I have no idea where we're at or where we're going. But I'm already going to call this a win.
Oh, I'm an idiot. Clearly I'm not American.
Did you catch that? A Frenchman admitting to some aspect of inferiority to an American. If only in unlocking remote rusty gates down dusty dirt roads, but still, I'll take it. And it's all the sweeter because it's a gate to a winery nonetheless.
What's that?
You're saying they didn't get very far then?
No. Car came rushing over.
Ah, that's weird. I was just...
Car turned back up this way with Bazil and the guys in tow, so I guess we're in. Wow, this'll do.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, very sorry about that.
Turns out the girls had already closed up for the day and were headed into town, but we're nice enough to turn around and come back up and do one more wine tasting.
How about refrigerator doors?
Hi.
I guess you're
I love this place. It's got a really rustic, low-key vibe to it. Just blends perfectly in this kind of countryside.
over the course of the day, sometimes she does. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I mean, Aspen is a.
Well, that was a pretty fantastic way to spend an hour basking in the golden light of southern Africa. We are off to lay down the final few kilometers to the Korab Lodge in Otavi. It is hard to imagine a more beautiful stretch of road to ride in the golden light of an African evening. Man, I love Namibia. It is so good to be back. It has been a fantastic day. 350 kilometers of riding, 200 of that on sand. It's likely the last sand that we'll see for a couple of days. Tomorrow we're headed down to Windhoek and the following day out to Swakopmund. Both days are almost all tarmac. After that though, we'll be on sand and gravel almost exclusively for 3.5 of the following 4 days, which should get us all the way down to the South African border, believe it or not. I'm thinking the next week or so's got a very high likelihood of being pretty great.
Oh, there we go.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the morning.